Hey everybody, it's Andrea. Before we start today's show, I have a super quick announcement to share with all of you. Beginning in April, I'm going to be launching a series of college to career live weekend boot camps to help graduating seniors as well as juniors who are confused about what jobs or careers they might want to pursue when they graduate. So imagine going from confused to confident with at least 3 different career options you'd be psyched to explore by the end of day 1 of the boot camp. And then learning the tools, tactics, and the strategies to find those jobs by the end of day 2. The boot camp is live and it's led by me over Zoom. And you can learn more about it at College to Career Academy. That's college, the number 2, career.academy. Or you can just look me up on LinkedIn and check out the featured section of my LinkedIn page. I can't imagine a better graduation gift for the college students in your life. Thanks so much for listening, and I know you're going to enjoy my next incredible guest. Hi there, I'm Andrea Koppel, and it's time for coffee. The podcast where you get to hear firsthand what the jobs and careers that interest you the most are really like. Hey there, Java Junkies. Welcome to another K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. By the way, K-Cups come in 3 sizes, single, double, and triple shots, or roughly 1 minute, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes in length. So if you don't have time to throw back an entire caffeinated career conversation, these K-Cup mini episodes of T4C can give you a quick caffeinated fix, whether you're on the go or you only have a few minutes to binge. So grab your mug and take a chug, because it's time for a caffeinated career double shot K-Cup with my guest, Shanee Moret. So how did you go from marketing in an Audi dealer to launching MedSnake Media, which you did in December 2018 with your co-founders?
Yeah. So in that intermediary process, I was actually offered double the money at kind of like this tiny healthcare startup in Fort Lauderdale. And it was closer to my family. And I had Liv already by that point. So I was like, okay, I took it. And like Audi was fun, but like being in a dealer, it's heavy, like male energy. And it's kind of like hanging out with 20 brothers all day.
Yep.
So I was just like, I need something a little bit more chill and whatever. So, and I loved healthcare. So I really just wanted to learn more about the healthcare space and bring my marketing expertise over there. So I worked there a little bit, learned about healthcare, stuff like that. And then that didn't go so well because that's when I was kind of Liv got sick and I was given that ultimatum by that boss. Could
you share that in case folks aren't familiar with that post that you've made?
Yeah. So my daughter got sick and she was in the hospital for about 12 days. And around the 12th day, this boss was like, hey, basically, like, you're going to come back to work or you're going to lose your job. And I was like, well, I'm staying with Liv. And then that's when I was like, okay, like, I don't want to just go do marketing at another job and live off 12 hours out of the day at daycare or whatever. I want to be with her. And so that's when I went all into freelance writing. This was probably about 6 months before launching MedSnake. And got a few freelance clients from LinkedIn, but I wasn't posting yet. In November of 2018, I started posting. And then that's when like I met my co-founder, Courtney, because she saw one of my videos. And then a couple months later, what we realized was that people in healthcare, they want convenience. And what was happening is they needed a vendor for website development, for, PR. They needed a vendor for billing, credentialing, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, why don't we just, and she kept referring people to me because once their billing was set up, they needed patients to bill for. So they kept asking her, do you know anything about marketing? So she just kept referring people to me. And I was like, okay, there's obviously a need here. Let's like join forces and just be like a growth agency for healthcare facilities, long-term nursing, long-term care facilities, stuff like that. And I researched and there wasn't really anything like it. And we did great. So we launched MedSync Media January of 2019 officially. That's when we filed the paperwork, I think, and then went full into that. It was great.
That reminds me of another story that another guest of mine whose episode hasn't launched yet. His name is Steve Rimland. He's a platinum winning songwriter, composer. And when he was a little kid, he's basically a music prodigy. Mm-hmm. He lived in New Haven, Connecticut, which is where Yale is. Mm-hmm. And so he got to have Yale, and they apparently have an amazing music school there. Yale professors teach him as a kid. And one of his teachers said to him, Steve, there are only 12 notes.
Yeah.
It's what you do with those notes that makes the music.
It's true. It's true.
Thanks for tuning in to this K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. If you want to listen to our entire caffeinated career conversation, please check out the show notes for this episode. Thanks so much for listening to Time for Coffee, where the professionals in the jobs that most interest you always have time to grab coffee 24/7, no matter where you live. I have one quick favor to ask you. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe to Time for Coffee. Thanks so much.